What is going on, everybody? My name is Jacob. I have been a diehard Pistons fan since 2003, and I am eager to see this team getting back to playing winning basketball. After a busy day for the Pistons here on the second day of the draft, they went ahead and traded up for the 37th pick and got Bobi Klintman out of the NBL. He did spend 1 year at Wake Forest before going over to the NBL. The NBL is the main basketball league in Australia, the same league that Alex Sarr came from. Now, if you look at the stats from the previous year, Sarr and Klintman had pretty similar stats last year in the NBL. They both played about 20 minutes a game, both averaged about 9 or 10 points, both averaged about 4 or 5 rebounds. Of course, Sarr did block some more shots, but the shooting is a lot more real with Klintman than it is with Alex Sarr. Klintman is 6'9", 6'10", can play both forward spots, it seems. Maybe will play a little bit of the 5, especially if he starts to put on some strength. So let's talk a little bit about how he will fit in with the Pistons going forward. So the Pistons really do have quite a few open roster spots if you look at it. They are not going to have a backup center anymore since renouncing the rights for James Wiseman. Of course, guys like Muscala got bought out last year, and realistically, there's just a lot of room to fill. So there is a very real chance that he actually gets some burn next year. With the shooting ability that he has shown just in the NBL, knocking down 35, 36% from 3, definitely feel good about that. He seems to be a pretty versatile defender. He can guard a couple different positions. He's not going to be the best defender in the world, but he's also got some defensive chops where he can guard multiple positions. So I'm pretty excited about this pick. A couple of the guys that I was kind of hoping would fall at 37 were dudes like Johnny Furphy or even Flipowski. After hearing some of the stuff I heard about him today, I'm not sure how I feel about that one, but I'm pretty happy with Klintman here. I think that, it's a high risk, high reward pick. Maybe, anytime you're picking in the 30s, you really can't guarantee that you're going to get a real dude that's going to have a solid NBA career. But I do like the upside here. I think that his ability to shoot the ball should translate pretty quick. I like the fact that he was actually, efficient and decent in a pro league at the age of 20 or 21. And that's always a good thing to me. I always take a guy who's playing in a pro league and actually doing it well, happily. I think that translates well. The NBL is a league that is actually more similar to the NBA as far as style of play than a lot of the other leagues in, say, like Europe and different things like that. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this pick. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys and pretend like I sit there and watch the NBL all the time. Actually, I hardly do. I do spend some time watching the EuroLeague, and, if there's a certain prospect or something like that, I'll tune in to games in, say, like the French League or, things like that. But I overall don't watch a whole lot of NBL. This guy wasn't too much on my radar, but I think that just by watching some short clips, things like that, reading scouting reports, I think that it's a good fit and it's a good pickup. I'm pretty happy that we did move up in this draft. I felt like there was a pretty steep drop-off after about pick 40. After these first 10 or so guys have went in the second round, I feel like there's a pretty good drop with the guys like Johnny Furphy, Kolek, Flipowski, and Klintman all going here early second. I feel like there's a pretty steep drop around 40, 45. So I think moving up was the right choice. We didn't have to give up much to do it. We just gave up the 53rd pick and took on an extra $2.5 million in salary. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this pick. Let me know what you guys think about Klintman. I think that, there's a real chance that he gets some burn this year. I think the fact that he can shoot the ball is very welcomed. Obviously, that is a huge gap on our roster right now. We really don't have anybody that's his size and can actually shoot the 3 at a decent clip. The closest thing we have to that right now is Beef Stew. And, Stew is a little undersized and just a little different in general. So yeah, I think that there's a real chance that he gets burned early. I don't think this is going to be a guy that spends the whole year with the crews or anything like that. I think he'll be on the main roster. I don't foresee a two-way here or anything like that. I think that with the amount of roster gaps we have and all of that and everything I see from him, I think that there's a real chance he can come in and play. Technically, I guess he would be considered like a sophomore if he was still in college, because he did spend 1 year at Wake Forest before going to the NBL. So a year older than some of the prospects in this draft. And yeah, I feel pretty good about it. So let me know what you guys think. Leave some comments down below. Welcome to Detroit. I got to figure it out. Is it Bobi or Bobby? I've heard both. Klintman, so welcome to Detroit. And I'm excited to see how he does. See y'all.